Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do a super cool lesson on a firefly. If you haven't clicked on the link that I sent out about the book, The Very Lonely Firefly by Eric Carle, please do that before you start your project. It'll really inspire you for this project. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I have to tell you, I did go shopping a little bit, and I did go to the dollar store and pick up a few things that I needed, just simple things. I didn't spend a lot of money for this project and some others to come. You will need a water bottle. What a cool time to recycle. You can just recycle your water bottle. Make sure it's dry before you start this project. You'll need some tissue paper. Maybe your mom or dad have some tissue paper left over from Christmas or packages. Any color will do. Glow sticks is something I picked up from the dollar store. Just a little pack for $1. Pipe cleaners. Googly eyes. Remember, if you do not have googly eyes or can't find googly eyes, you can make your own with just a simple sheet of paper and drawing it out. A foam sheet. I did find those at Dollar Tree. It's the little insulated sheets of paper or foam craft like this. We're going to be using that today. And glue. Now, I was able to find glue, but it wasn't what we use at school. It's clear, but you just need some glue. And the last one I'm going to say you can use, but maybe with an adult's help. Maybe get your mom or dad or older brother and sister to help you. You need a glue gun. If you do not have a glue gun, this is a low temp. I like this to work with young children. It would probably be a good idea to pick up one when you're at the dollar store. Okay, let's get started on our firefly project. This is so cool. Okay, the first thing that you're going to need is that water bottle. And since we just came off of Earth Day, this would be something that you could recycle. See, mine's not quite dry, but I'm going to use it anyway. If you leave it out overnight and open, maybe it'll dry out before you use it. Set it out in the sunshine. And you will also need your lid, so don't get rid of that lid. All right. For the first part of your project, you're going to be doing a little bit of decoupage. And decoupage is when you stick things together with a little glue. So this is how you do this. I'm going to take my glue, and I'm sorry it's clear, but just remember you'll be able to see it. I'm going to make a little puddle on my plate. I'm going to use my paintbrush, and I have already cut up some tissue paper. Now you could use some that has been recycled also. That would be another recycling. If you have like a bag you've got to press it in and you tossed it in the closet and there's tissue paper on the inside, you can use that. Now I kind of coordinated my project with the colors of my firefly. I have a couple of colors. All right, the first part we're going to pretend that this is the body of the firefly. If you can look at the picture in the story, you'll note how he's shaped. And he has kind of like ridges in his body, so this is perfect. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of color. I'm going to leave this end and this end open, and I'm going to concentrate putting my color in the middle of my bottle, okay? So here we go. I'm going to put down a little bit of glue, and I'm going to leave this end kind of open on the end because this is going to be his light. So I'm going to put down a little bit of tissue paper glue here, and I'm going to start with a strip, and I'm going to stick it in there. And the idea is to attach this so it doesn't have lumps in it. So you may want to, if you've got regular glue, you may want to add a little bit of water to it to thin it down. That'll work. Okay, and I'm going to just smooth out the bumps. And I want to keep going with that all around my bottle. You don't have to be too particular with this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Being creative, so that's fine. But this is going to be so cool when it's done. Now, you're going to need to make sure that you leave a little dry time between this part and your other parts. So we're going to not try to make our glue too thick on our bottle. So put a little bit, I'll rotate my bottle as I'm going around. Put in a little glue over there. And now you can add as many layers of tissue paper as you would like to get the color intensity that you would like to have. Make it really, you know, kind of make it stand out. I'll stick it on there. I really want to make sure that I kind of go around and touch all of my tissue paper. Tissue paper is really, really thin. So when you're making your Firefly, you want to be careful not to rip your paper, but if you do, just put some glue on and add more paper. Now I think I've got enough for my Firefly. I've got color going all the way around. Put a little bit more there. All right, so I think I'm finished with this part of my project. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry for a few minutes. So we're going to move on to making our wings. Let me get my things out of the way. Now, like I said, I did coordinate my colors, but you don't have to. You can be really creative and have like a rainbow color Firefly. Remember, this is your project. Okay, so for my wings, I need to take my little piece of paper and I'm going to use what I have and I'm going to fold it over in half. All right, and I want enough space on this so I can get as much wing as I can. So I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to cut it in half. You could use a marker or something to mark it with. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly in half, but I'm going to stack it like this. And let me grab a marker and I'm going to turn my paper, and you can trace it with your finger. You may be able to get an adult to help you do this part. And you're going to be tracing out your wings. So I'm going to grab my pen right here and I'm going to trace out my line. Make a big floppy wing like that. It almost looks like a dragonfly's wing, and that's fine. All right, now after I have one wing drawn, I'm going to leave my two sheets together as I cut, okay? Now foam craft paper is a little thicker than paper. So when you're cutting, you need to make sure that you keep your scissors straight and rotate your foam paper. Now, if you don't have foam paper or can't find foam paper, you could use construction paper. Okay? So don't fret about that. All right, I'm gonna keep my scraps. May need those later. Now, you have two wings, cool. Now, if you wanted to go on and add details to your wings, maybe with your marker, maybe draw in some texture, you could do that, but it's okay if you leave it just like it is. All right, so now we have our wings. Now we're gonna go back and start. I'm gonna set these aside and show you how to put on your legs. Now my bottle is still a little wet in places. You may want to take a blow dryer and blow it and get your paper dry if you haven't got time to wait. And then I noticed something else. When you're working, sometimes if you're touching your bottle, you may press in and it may stick like that. If you want it to pop back out, all you have to do is make sure your bottle's clean and blow inside really hard. And it pops it right back out. So don't worry about pressing down your bug and messing it up. It'll be okay. Just like that, nice and strong. Okay, now, here come our, I'm gonna let this dry just a little more, okay? All right, while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna bring back in my face. Now for your face, you can use your hot glue gun to put on your eyes. If you made your eyes, you can glue them on here, but this is gonna be the face of your Firefly. I'm gonna pull in my little Cool Melt, and I'm gonna put a little dot of Cool Melt on each little spot. And I'm going to put one eye. Stick it in there, don't burn your fingers. Cool melt's a little cooler, so even if it gets on your finger, it'll just be sticky. It won't be like really hot, okay? But you may want to have an adult to help you with this part. All right, now I've put my eyes on my cap. That's pretty cool. Oops, he followed me. All right, now, while we're still waiting, we're going to add our glow stick. Now, this is a yellow glow stick. I couldn't find an orange glow stick, but that's okay. Now, when you've gotten your eyes on, you could do this even before. We want to put hot glue in here, and then you need a friend to help you hold this until it dries. So I'm going to put a little puddle of glue inside, and you're going to probably need an adult to help you do this, so that's just great. And then you need to take the end of your glow stick. Don't break the glass yet on the inside. We want to do that last. And get a friend to help you hold this in place until it dries. It needs to be as straight as you can make it. So when you put the cap back on your bottle, your glow stick will be in the center. So I'm gonna pass that off to a friend, okay. Okay, now, our next part is going to be adding our legs, okay? This is a cool part. So when I was looking at my picture, I decided I needed 3, so I picked 3 of the same color for legs. I chose black because I didn't have a lot of orange, so that's okay. You can mix up your colors. Call it improvising. All right, I want to find the center of my legs, and then that'll make it easy for me to add my legs or wrap it around my bottle. Again, it's better to let your glue dry before you start doing all this. And we're going to give it when we get it wrapped around there, we're going to give it a quick twist. Doop. Just like that. And now I have 2 legs. Now, if your legs aren't absolutely perfect in length, you can have an adult to help you take the scissors and trim it off a little bit. This is going to be so super cool. All right, and I'm going to find the middle of this one, my pipe cleaner. Wrap it around my bottle. I want to get 3 of these. Oops. Hear that crunching? Sometimes you do crunch your bottle because remember they're plastic. All right, now I have 2 legs. I want to get 1 more leg on there. If you like it with just 2, you can do it with 2. If you wanted to add 3, you could add 3. I'm going to see if I can make 1 more. Okay, I'm going to slide him right in the middle. And notice I've lined these up, so I'm making them kind of even. Once you get him on there, it's easy to twist it around. See, all of mine aren't going in the same direction, so I'm going to line them up as best I can. I can kind of scoot these down a little bit. Try not to rip your paper. I hope I don't. And because the bottle has ridges, you can fit the pipe cleaners right in those ridges. That's pretty cool. All right, so I've got my 3 legs on. And my legs look pretty even as far as the length. I'm gonna open them all up there. All right, so we're almost done. Look, he can stand up by himself. You can bend your legs a little bit. And there he goes. All right, so I'm gonna add wings next. All right, back to my trusty hot glue gun. I'm gonna put a dab of glue right there on my bottle. Now, it's important to use a cool melt if you've got one because you don't want it to melt through your plastic. All right, I'm gonna add a wing. And if you press it down, try not to get your finger in it. It might be good to use a pencil or a marker to push it down so you don't get your finger right in the glue. Okay, little trick there, art teacher trick. All right, and then I'm gonna add my second wing. I'm gonna put a little more glue, just a little bit. And then lay my other wing on. Got one on the left, one on the right. And I'm gonna press it down. Maybe hold it just a couple of minutes if you're using a marker or a pencil. Oh, we got little strings everywhere from a hot glue gun. That's okay. All right, it's beginning to look like a firefly. He's got floppy wings. Okay. All right, let's see. We got a couple more little steps. By now, if you had a friend helping you hold your eyes with the cap and your glow stick, you should be almost ready. But we have one more detail. We're gonna add an antennae for our glow bug. I found an orange one. I thought I would use a little more orange. So I'm gonna go right to the neck of my bottle, and I'm going to bend my fourth pipe cleaner in half like that. And I'm gonna twist it around the neck of my little water bottle. Now you can see him. I want to leave mine nice and long. I like them long. I think that's kind of fun. So now you can kind of see that he has his floppy wings, and you can see the color of his body. But we're going to have a space for the light to come out on the ends. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. The last part that you're going to be doing is you're going to take your stick after this is nice and dry and your eyes are in place, and you want to snap it. Ah, look at there. Snap your little glow stick inside. Break it up. See, it's beginning to light up, and you can maybe shake it around a little bit. Woo! All right, last part. You're going to put your glow stick inside and twist your cap, and there's his eyes, and we're going to cut off the lights, and you can see I did a green one too, look. And we have glow bugs. Now you can turn off the light in your room and have fun with your glow bugs. Whoops, he turned over. All right, guys, have fun. See you next time.